Hello, I'm Graham. Welcome back to Man vs Film. It's May already and I have 10 fantastic movies for you to check out right now on Netflix UK. Let's get started. Number 10, Roadhouse. Dalton is an expert in the martial arts and the best professional bouncer in the business. With such a reputation, Dalton is summoned to a small town in Missouri to clean up the sleazy bar called the Double Juice. From the troublemakers who terrorise the customers without knowing that the villainous local entrepreneur, Brad Weasley, wants things to remain unchanged. A movie that I've watched countless times since I was younger. It's a movie that I absolutely loved when I discovered it in the early 90s. It is Patrick Swayze at his kick-ass best. It is a riotous action thriller type movie. You get this guy who knows how to handle himself, who knows the layout of the land, who can assess every situation and take the best tact for it. And he goes into this town where everybody seems to be nefarious of some sort and he has to clean it up. And this is Swayze at his throat-ripping best in this movie. It's got great action set pieces, it's got just fun moments, it's got great likeable characters. It's a little bit of heartbreak when people suddenly die, and it has a rousing, really uplifting, fantastic, ear-punching finale that just ticks all the right spots. Roadhouse is a terrific, if somewhat silly action movie. Number 9, The BELKO Experiment. Employees of the BELKO Industries arrive in the remote office building in Bogota, Colombia, to find unfamiliar security guards turning away the local Colombian staff at the gate. New employee Danny reports for her first day in the job and is told that a tracking device is implanted in the base of every BELKO employee's skull in case they're kidnapped. From the pen of James Gunn comes this ridiculously genre-filled movie, The BELKO Experiment. It is what it is. It doesn't pretend to be anything more. People go to work one day, they find out that all the regular staff are gone, it's all the foreigners that are there. The building is sealed up, they have a voice that tells them that they have to kill somebody within the next 5 minutes or 5 people will die. Then they have to kill half the people in the building. And this continues like this with people who were friends, colleagues, or people who had workplace grievances start to rally against each other, start to attack each other, taking each other out in gloriously gory fashion. It's fun, it's pretty entertaining, it's short, and I really do want a sequel to this rather fun movie. Number 8, Deep Blue Sea. A businessman sinks 200 million into a special project to help fight Alzheimer's disease. As part of this project, medical biologists figures out a way to genetically engineer large shark brains so that disease-battling enzymes can be harvested. However, the shark's subjects become super smart and decide that they don't much like being cooped up in their pens being stabbed with hypodermics. So they figure out a way to break out and make for the open sea. Running theme this month seems to be incredibly silly movies that are highly entertaining, and Deep Blue Sea comfortably fits into that. Rennie Harling directs. It's got Samuel L. Jackson and a host of other familiar faces in this people versus super smart sharks. Now, the CGI isn't great, it's a little bit ropey in times, but it adds to the aesthetic of the movie. You get some fun characters. You get LL Cool J as a chef who seems to be wandering about talking to a parrot for most of the movie, and that is dead serious. And you get some great action set pieces, you get some good kills from the shark, you get some fun setups and executions, and this is a movie that I have watched a hell of a lot and I always get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I never walk away going, it was earth-shattering, but it was always fun and it's always entertaining, and if you haven't seen it for a while, time to check it out again. Number 7, Blade. In a world where vampires walk the earth, Blade has a goal. His goal is to rid the world of all vampire evil. When Blade witnesses a vampire bite Dr. Karn Jensen, he fights away the beast and takes Jensen back to his hideout. Here, alongside Abraham Whistler, Blade attempts to help heal Jensen. There is also a mastermind of Deacon Frost who is looking to bring vampires into the modern day by taking over the world. One of the early Marvel movies is still a knockout today. Wesley Snipes was perfectly cast as Blade. You get a a terrific performance from Stephen Dorff as Frost, and you get some fantastic action set pieces, you get some great one-liners, you get a terrific opening of a movie that, you know, everybody's probably seen at some point. It's just a terrific rave scene, including sprinklers and blood and just, oh my goodness, there's so much fun and entertainment in this one as well. I love Blade. I went back to it several times and it is just a perfect movie. Number 6, Doctor Strange. Talented neurosurgeon Dr. Stephen Strange, who, after a tragic car accident, must put ego aside and learn the secrets of a hidden world of mysticism and alternate dimensions. Based in New York City's Greenwich Village, Dr. Strange must act as an intermediary between the real world and what lies beyond, using a vast array of metaphysical abilities and artifacts to protect the universe. Doctor Strange was one of the Marvel movies that I never really latched onto in the cinema. It was fine, and that was kind of it. But having a little bit of distance, having seen Infinity War and the lead up to Endgame, I was encouraged to check out Doctor Strange again and found it to be a much more enjoyable movie. Some great, terrific special effects of the world folding in on itself. It has some fantastic action set pieces. It's got great comedic moments. This is one of the Marvel movies that it's never going to be near the top of the Marvel pile, but it's creeping up there for me as something that I rather enjoy and I have a lot of fun with. Number 5, when podcaster Wallace travels to Canada to interview someone, he winds up meeting a strange man named Howe, who has many stories to tell about his past life during his interview. Wallace wakes up the next day finding out Howe isn't the person he thought he was. Howell has plans to surgically and mentally turn Wallace into a walrus. Directed by Kevin Smith, a man whose movies I really did enjoy when I was younger, but recently have kind of fallen away from. This is definitely a weird and strange kind of movie. You get 2 terrific performances from Justin Long and in particular Michael Parks, who is always an actor that I love to watch. I've went back to this movie a couple of times and it's never one that I truly connect with, but I do love Parks' performance and it's something that drives the movie forward. If you're looking for a movie that breaks conventions and is really rather weird with a unconventional ending, Tusk is the movie that might just tick some of the boxes for you. Number 4, Savages. Sean and his best friend Ben, together with their shared girlfriend Ophelia, are living the high life of small-time drug manufacturers. When the Mexican Baja cartel demands a partnership in their business, Sean and Ben refuse the deal, and the leader of the cartel, Elena, sends Lado to abduct Ophelia and press the American drug dealers. Sean and Ben ask the support of the dirty DEA agent Dennis to get inside information to begin a secret war against the cartel to release Ophelia. Oliver Stone's Savages was a movie that never really caught on. You know, I saw it when it came out in the cinema and I loved it. I found it to be a really energetic, fun, bright, colourful, uber violent type of movie that really did appeal to a lot of my sensibilities. There was great performances. There were twisted moments of repulsion, especially from Benicio del Toro, who is a terrific villain in this, the kind of one that you just want to see get his comeuppance. And it's a movie that I highly recommend. I think it was maligned when it came out and it's something that needs to be rectified. It is a decent, fun, entertaining thriller with some horrific moments, some really energetic moments, some terrific action set pieces, and is all round highly recommended. Number 3, The Hurricane Heist. A destructive hurricane named Tammy approaches a town in Alabama. Treasury agent Casey Corbin is ordered by fellow employee Randy Monero to summon Breeze, who now works as a handyman, and whose brother Will is a meteorologist, to fix the generator at a cash storage facility. While she is out of the facility, rogue Treasury agents led by Connor Perkins infiltrate the facility and hold employee Moreno hostage. I reluctantly watched The Hurricane Heist, expecting the worst, and I think it was my low expectations that really threw him into something that was really enjoyable, along the lines of the ridiculousness of Hard Rain say. The Hurricane Heist is just silly. It's daft, but it's laden with great special effects. It's laden with great action set pieces. The characterisation is a little bit wooden, a little bit ropey, but it fits in with this type of movie. You take Twister, you take Hard Rain, mash it together, and you have a terrific, fun, extremely silly. I'll just underline that a couple of times. It is extremely silly, but it's fun. It's a disengage the brain, get the popcorn out, put the lights out, and just laugh, enjoy, and shake your head at this complete lunacy that is appearing on the screen. That is fun. It's one of those movies that people are going to refer to as guilty pleasures later on. Number 2, Sicario 2, Soldado. FBI agent Matt Graver enlists a mysterious operative to help investigate a Mexican drug cartel that has been smuggling terrorists into the US. Things escalate when the daughter of a top kingpin is abducted, forcing Graver and his partner to re-evaluate their mission. Denis Villeneuve's Sicario was a masterpiece. I absolutely love that movie, and even more so, it created these characters that I was invested in, that I wanted to see more of, and we get 2 of them back here in this sequel. And as the movie progresses and starts off, for the first half, it keeps these 2 guys together battling against the cartel, and it's really just following on the footsteps of part 1, which is great. Midway through the movie, there's a kind of breaking point where these characters separate, and this is where the movie lost me, as I wanted these guys together battling the cartel. But the story takes a separate turn. Now, it's not as good as the original Sicario, and I never expected it to be, but this is still a solidly entertaining movie with some terrific action set pieces. It's got great performances by Del Toro and Josh Brolin, again recapturing the magic that they had in the first one. It's just that second half lets me down ever so much, but I'd love to know your opinion of this movie. Do you like it? Are you excited for part 3? Let me know in the comment box. Number 1, Copycat. In San Francisco, the criminal psychologist Helen Hudson is specialised in serial killers. During a trial, the accused Daryl Lee Cullum kills a police officer and tries to kill her, and she becomes agoraphobic. Now Helen lives a reclusive life with her friend Andy, who helps her. Sometimes later, there is a wave of crimes, and 2 detectives are investigating the murder cases. Helen identifies the murderer as copycatting notorious serial killers, and she anonymously contacts the police department. Copycat came out in the mid-90s, and it was kind of steamrolled by Seven and a couple of the other serial killer movies that came out at that time, which I feel was a huge mistake. I am a great champion of Copycat. I think it is a terrific movie. It has 2 really strong female leads in the form of Holly Hunter and Sigourney Weaver, who drive the movie forward. We get despicable villains in this as well. There is horrific murder scenes. It is an edge of the seat thriller that works really well. There is nothing that I can say that is bad about this movie. Yes, Seven is better. Yes, it got all the plaudits, but Copycat should have been in the mix as well. It should have been talked about more than it actually was. If you like your detective thrillers, your serial killer movies, Copycat is one that you are going to absolutely adore. It's my number 1 because I feel it needs a little bit more championing, and that's what I'm going to give it. I'd love to know what you think of this one as well. So there we have it. 10 fantastic movies for you to check out this month on Netflix UK. I hope you find something there that you want to check out that you haven't heard of before, or maybe something that you've forgotten about that you're longing to just check out once more. If there's a movie I've missed, if there was something that should have been on my list, let me know in the comment box, and maybe next month I'll make it on there and I'll try to check it out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.